Okay. I finally have my shit together. Why do I look super dark? That's weird. Let me ugh. Oh well, I can be dark. That's okay. Alright. Let me pull my shit up. Okay. I finally have my shit together. Why do I look super dark? Yeah, that shit didn't want to work real well.
That's weird.
I was fighting with it. And
oh well, I can be dark.
It was more of a user error than anything. Yeah, it just took me a little bit because I got my cameras running. One's running through an ATEM, the main camera that you're seeing me on now. It's running through my ATEM, and then my other one's running directly into my PC. So, and I had to stream through a different. I have had OBS for years, but I've never actually used it for actually streaming. I always use it for like making videos, like screen recording and that kind of stuff. So yeah, but this is fun. I am on a little bit more of a delay, so if I seem a little off in my responses or anything, that's why. There's a slight longer delay. The other one, I would say it's less than 30 seconds on whatchamacallit, on Riverside. Hold on, I'll see how long the delay takes, and then I guess we'll time it. Where's the fucking timer at? Where the fuck's the timer at? See how long that shit takes. I think it's more of a just 30 seconds to 1 minute. Oh no, it's actually not that bad. It's only about 20 seconds. All right. So I was downstairs today, and I was looking around because I did a bunch of breedings this season. Because originally I was going to send pretty much everything to Rob, with the exception of a few pures clutches and a couple other few things that like me and Andrew got going on. And I was like, man, I got to order all new racks this season, and then I'm going to be looking into all new caging. And then I was looking at all the holdbacks, and I was like, man, I have not really talked about responsible size collection and maintaining them and stuff, and so I thought we'd hit that a little bit today, before we get into the super dwarfs. And I gotta tell you, man, like if you're newer to this, like make sure. It's really hard not to get more stuff than you need, especially when you're new. But yeah, it's really worth trying to come up with a game plan and saying I'm only going to get X amount of animals, so figure out how much time you got, and then do that. So but and what's reasonable for one person might not be reasonable for another person, so but even my collection, because with the whole Rob thing, initially I was going to send some breeders down too and sell some stuff off, and I'm still selling some stuff, but I was looking at cutting my collection in half after this breeding season, and it's not looking like that's going to happen. Between the newer stuff I'm hatching out, the potential new morphs, and some of the other projects, I'm going to try to downsize a little bit, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to downsize 50% like I wanted to. At least not yet. So, but I did want to. I'm not sure what I'm going to be selling, but I do think I'm going to have a 1.1 adult Mindanaos at some point this year, and I'm probably going to have 2 proven breeder female ternates available this year too. I don't know when. I'm not 100% on it, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna let go of a 1.1 Mindanaos and a 0.2 ternate, all breeders, all proven animals. So I gotta really start to be a little more selective, just because I got the Mocha project now, and I got the Superdorf Anthrax project, and I got those 4 other random ass weird snakes that popped up in my collection. And and even if one proves out to be a new morph, then that's like a whole giant process of figuring out what the hell I'm going to do with the new morph and what I'm going to breed it into. So I'm going to try to I have pretty much what I need for pure ternates. So I have that stuff. So I'm probably not going to be going crazy producing a ton of ternates, but just at least not until my crazier holdbacks start, they get old enough to breed. But yeah, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually consider selling my wild caught pair of Halmas. I don't know if I will or not, but I'm actually considering it. So I don't recommend you buy them. The snakes fucking suck. So, but yeah, I was, yeah, that's really pretty much all. I'm just pretty much me just rambling. But I wanted to show off some Superdorfs, and because I've been talking a lot about the importance of getting into the whole concept of selective breeding on kalaotoas, and these are some. Dude, Randy, trust me, you do not want those snakes. Trust me. Yeah, like those snakes suck. They're awful. The male's really not even that big, but he is so dangerous. I mean, especially breeding season, he sucks. He's almost as bad as my male Sola. He's up there. He's pretty rough. But I did want to talk about how we're getting enough generations into the captive-born kalaotoas and Superdorfs in general to start some selective breeding. So these are F3 from my old line, and these guys are pretty interesting. So I'm gonna move my shit around here and try to talk into a mic while being turned the wrong way to show off these snakes. So let me shut this down, and we're going to look at some snakes. Okay, so what we have here are F3 kalaotoas, and I've been running my mouth a lot about the whole selective breeding thing of kalaotoas, and it's really starting there. I can tell right now that as more and more breedings get done with kalaotoas, there's going to be some things popping out that are going to give people an opportunity for selective breeding. And these guys are some of the more high contrast kalaotoas, and they're from because there's a couple different looks that kind of pop out of my old line, and these guys are more of the high contrast look, not so much the aberrant look. And the nice thing about these guys is they're really clean on the sides. You got some back diamond separation. You got high, come on buddy, don't get your shit up in my mic, motherfucker. And you got high rosette count. You have high back diamond count. You got a lot of space from back diamond, from like where the back diamond touches the rosette to the next one. You got a lot of space in there, so this will be really good contrast for something like a tiger. Like these guys should produce classic pattern tigers, unless you got some really overpowering tiger genes. But yeah, let me know how the latency is on this, because I still have to fuck with bit rates and figure that stuff out. But yeah, as you can see, you even got some side banding. You got a lot of the pattern connecting underneath the rosette. You got nice little silver lines there. And something like this would go not only good with tiger, but this would also be good for platies, for sunfires, stuff like that. Even phantom with the lighter colorations, you would get some pretty decent coloration on phantoms. and also albinos. Especially this one, man. This one right here. This would be really good for starting albino line. So anything that you wanted clean, you want to bump up some contrast, you want to get even more color on the sides for different morphs. Like this is the kind of stuff you need to start trying to produce. Yeah, this is the stuff that's going to be really helpful, specifically this trait. Extra clean side banding, high back diamond count, high rosette count, but still got a lot of spacing in here with a lot of straight lines. The back diamonds aren't too rounded off, so you can get some classic pattern tigers out of these guys too. This one has a crazy head stamp. Look at that head stamp. Maybe it's a low expression marble. But yeah, I mean, even on the tail, like, and this is why I said I think we're going to start seeing more color pop up in super dwarfs, because now that we're into F3s, eventually F4s, you're going to start seeing some stuff. You're going to start seeing some stuff pop out of lines that have been selectively bred, and there's another. Selective breeding from this line is actually for more chaotic, like very aberrant pattern. That breeding, we're waiting on that clutch now. But like I said, this clutch here, this is more for enhancing albinos, platinum suns, that kind of stuff. And before you could never really use a kalaotoa to enhance anything. You could only use it to make it pretty much look worse, but at least we're getting to the point that we're getting some more color and we're getting some pattern structure that will complement different morphs. So I'm real happy with how these guys are turning out. I didn't produce these. My buddy Sean produced these. He's been working with my old line. I don't even have all my old lines. I don't even have anymore. So like a lot of all my friends have them though. So I get to work with them still vicariously or in breeder loan form. So I do enjoy that. But hopefully these guys chill the fuck out because they're being super annoying right now. At least they're not biting me. I was going to bring up some super Malukus, and I was like, I don't feel like getting bit every 12 seconds. So yeah, let me know also how these are F3 R&B line. That's what these are. Yeah, these are F. Come on, get out of my mic shit. Yeah, these are F3 R&B line kalaotoas. But yeah, I mean, they definitely have really good color, so I need to find a way to keep these guys contained. I built a box out of fucking poster board, super professional. But yeah, like you said with the marbles, we do have a clutch coming that's based around very aberrant back patterns. And that'll be good for marbles. But yeah, these guys are going to be great for contrast. Really good for contrast. And I honestly would consider these guys to essentially be like a high contrast kalaotoa. Because they have quite a wide range, and they're almost getting into yellows into the tail. So I think me and Eric are starting a project this coming season. That female super dwarf that kind of has a yellow head, I think he's sending that out here. So we're gonna be trying to pull some stuff out of that snake. So who knows what's going on with her, but we're gonna start selectively breeding with that animal specifically to try to see if we can pull selectively breed to actually put a yellow head on a super dwarf that is pure super dwarf. So that'll be fun to get that project going. I was going to breed a yellowhead to a super dwarf, but since Eric has one that almost has a yellowhead, we're just going to try and further develop that. So that's probably the best bet. Maybe, I don't know if we'll go pure super dwarf or if we'll run a ternate into it, or what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff, I'm excited when I see this because there wasn't a whole lot of super dwarfs hatching out with this kind of color in the past, and how clean it is. Yeah, I mean they just got a lot of potential. They definitely have a lot of potential, and that's good to see because we definitely need some color palette on the super dwarf stuff. So, but yeah, I got a couple of these. I think both of these are available. I'll have to talk to Sean to get for sure okay on it, but I think we have the holdbacks picked out, and I think we are going to let these two males go. So if anybody's interested, hit me up on these. So, but yeah, if anybody's got any questions, hit me with them while I try to keep these things in this fucking box. I put it on next gen, but if anybody in there knows anyone making pure Kalaotoa aneries, that would be awesome. I don't know anybody making any pure Kalaotoa aneries this year. I don't know of anybody, to be honest. Is there technically any pure anery Kalaotoas? Not counting TK, obviously. Yeah, not counting TK. Do we have? I can't think. This line, if you would have seen the two original wild-caught animals that produced this line, I was all excited when I did the breeding. Well, I'd been doing the breeding for years. I bred them like 5 years in a row before they gave me a good clutch. And I was just running my mouth like, oh, here it is, the first pure super dwarf, pure Kalaotoa aneries. And they even looked fucking anery when they hatched, but they colored up. I was fucking pissed. That's why I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even attempt to try to figure out what is and what isn't anery. I think I did a anery to Amel that year, and she didn't take, unfortunately. That would have been nice if she would have taken, because that was like 2012 or something. Having snow Amels by now. I should have honestly finished some of these. I started so many projects back then, and I let so many of them go. Like I let go my doublehead Indo-anthrax project, or doublehead purple anthrax project, and I should have stuck some of that shit out. So, but yeah, so these guys are about a year old now. I'm feeding the shit out of them. Yeah, feeding the shit out of them. So I got these two, and I got two other ones. The one almost looks anery. It's a totally different color. So I don't know if we're going to keep him or not. But yeah, we held on to these for a very long time just to try to figure out what we wanted to hold back, and it was really tough. Oh, look at that. Look, you see those two circles right there? In that back, that might be Het Krispy Kreme right there. So I'll sell these as Poss Het Krispy Kremes, because that's, real. But yeah, I thought the Reptile Factory had pure Kalaotoas anery for sale. I could be mistaken. I honestly don't know. I don't follow anery stuff, to be honest. So I don't know who's got what. But these guys are super friendly. And the nice thing is they're used to being handled. You can even touch their heads, and they don't freak out. So yeah, they're great little snakes, man. Great little snakes. I think I started this line I think these guys hatched out 2000. The original F1s. I think the original F1s hatched out in 2011 or 2012. I don't remember which. But that was when I knew from that clutch right away, once they colored up, that there was color phases, because there was stuff almost this nice, and then there was silver, and then I had one really dark animal, and I'm hoping that eventually that really dark color phase pops out of this line again at some point, because it was a really neat animal. It was a really small animal too. I weighed it before it was cool to weigh stuff. I was always weighing stuff to get data. It was just over 29 grams. It wasn't quite 30 grams. So yeah, but what's everybody interested in this season? What's everybody thinking about picking up? You guys thinking about pure stuff, crosses, morphs? Hit me with some shit that you guys are thinking about, or some breeder ideas that you guys are thinking about. What are these? These are F3 kalaotoas. Yeah, these are F3 kalaotoas from my old line from like about 15 years ago. Uh-oh. What's wrong? My shit's... Okay. Am I lagging? If I'm lagging, somebody tell me, because it looks like I'm lagging on my end. And if I am, I can shut it down and shut one of these cameras off. Yeah, because I had no idea how to set up my bit rate for these, for this stream. So I'll get it fine tuned. I'll get it fine tuned for the next one. I just bought my mic. So. Oh. But yeah, if anybody's interested in these guys, let me know. I don't know, it's on my end, but the stream keeps freezing. Alright, yeah. It's a bit rate issue that I'm having right now. Yeah, it's a bit rate issue. So I'm gonna try to fix that bit rate real quick,